Okay, we're going to look at some graph questions today. You might have done some graphs at primary school. Not sure if you've done anything like this. We're just basically going to use graphs to convert one unit into another. So this graph shows the relationship between degrees Celsius and degrees Fahrenheit. Now, those of you might know that we use degrees Celsius here. Nearly every country in the world uses degrees Celsius, but in America they use Fahrenheit to measure temperature. It's just a different measurement for temperature. And there's a conversion that can be done to convert degrees Celsius into degrees Fahrenheit. It's a bit like kilograms and stone. You might hear a lot of people talking about, a half stone bag of spuds or 2 kgs of something, 2 kilograms of something. They're both different units for measurement. Meters and feet would be another one. People tend to give their height in feet, but really it should be meters and centimeters that they should be using now. But then you can convert things, because as the degrees Fahrenheit increases, the degrees Celsius increases. So if you might remember, that's what's called proportional. So as this unit gets bigger, this unit gets bigger. So use the graph to convert approximately. Now that means that we don't need the exact down to the last decimal place value. Approximately. So 35 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. So we're given the temperature in Celsius. So go to 35 degrees Celsius, and it's probably better for you if you have a ruler. You can do these questions much more accurately with a ruler. So we're told 35 degrees Fahrenheit, so go to 35. So go up to 35. So there's 30, there's 40, so there's 35. Now, and don't be drawing in your books, okay, but you can just move across very lightly until you hit the graph, until you hit the line. Now, put a mark there, so it's done for us in the book, and then you read down. So what's that value there? That's 95 Fahrenheit. So 35 degrees Celsius is 95 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's quite warm. Convert 50 Fahrenheit to Celsius. So if you were in America and the weather report said that it was 50 Fahrenheit and you were ringing home and someone said, "Oh, is it warm there?" That's 50 Fahrenheit. Well, what's that in Celsius? So go to 50 on Fahrenheit, and again, move the line up using a ruler until you hit the graph, until you hit the line. Draw a line across, and it's approximately 10 degrees Celsius. So it's not really that warm. Now then, if the temperatures in New York on a particular day ranges between 55 and 99, so that means it goes between 55, that's the lowest, and 99 is the highest, express this range in degrees Celsius. That little circle there means degrees Celsius. So, well, what's 55 Fahrenheit? 55 Fahrenheit, if you draw a little line up, so see here, just draw a little line up, and then you draw a line across. So again, it's probably best, you'll get the most accurate answer if you use a ruler. So if you draw that line across, so what's that? It's roughly about 13 or 14. So the book says 13. I've got 14. 14 would have been okay, because it says approximately. Then you do the same for 99. So go to 99 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's just slightly less than that. And you would draw a line up. Now, don't be drawing on the books. The books belong to the school, okay? Don't be drawing on them, because we need to use these for other people next year. And then you draw a line across. Okay, so you draw a line across. So that's 35. So 36. I got 36. But it's probably, my line's not quite straight, so it's probably around 37. So the temperature range of 55 to 99 is between 13 and 37 degrees Celsius. Now, I have the English translation copy of the book here. These are the questions on page 261 in the book. The English translation is always a page ahead. So 261 in your book, but don't worry, I'll put up the questions in English as well, if that helps some of you. Now the graph below, we'll do another example here. The graph below shows the relationship between kilometers and miles. Use the graph to convert approximately 60 kilometers to miles. So, again, I don't want you drawing in your book because it's not your book. So just you can use it, go across and make a kind of a just mark off or see where you think the point is. So it's roughly about there. So that's 60 kilometers. So sorry, beg your pardon, we're converting 60 kilometers to miles. So this is the kilometer scale. So there's 60 kilometers. So we draw a line up. Okay, until you hit the graph. You can put a little mark on it if you want, but don't be drawing any lines. And then you go draw a line across. But don't draw the line across, you can follow it with your ruler. So what's that? 60 kilometers is about, so that's 30, 35, it's about 36 or 37. So I'm just going to say 36.5 kilometers, or miles, sorry, roughly. Convert 30 miles to kilometers. So here's 30 miles. So go to the miles scale, we're converting miles to kilometers. Draw the line across. Now they've got a mark there for us. And you follow the line down. So 30 miles is 50 kilometers. If a car was travelling at 100 miles per hour, use the graph to convert this speed to kilometers per hour. So if a car was travelling at 100 miles per hour, use the graph to convert this speed to kilometers. So I can't actually do that because, well, if you look, it doesn't go up to 100 miles. But what I can do is 50 mile per hour. Now, they've told me that 50 mile per hour, so they have it here. 50 mile per hour is about 81 kilometers. See that? 50 mile per hour is approximately 81 kilometers. So that means that 100 mile will be double that. So that's what's known as directly proportional. For example, you buy 1 bar of chocolate, it costs €1. You buy 2 bars of chocolate, they cost €2. And this is directly proportional because 0 kilometers is 0 mile. Now, the graph up above is not quite directly proportional because 0 degrees Celsius is not 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So your work will be these 3 questions, and they're on page 262 of your book. It'll be these 3 questions here. I'll stick up a picture of the English version.